Hello everyone, welcome to day 26 of 28 Days of Love. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you're ready for our last few days. We're wrapping up in the next few days here. And I'm hoping that after going through the 7 spiritual laws of success, it helped to bring everything else that we've been talking about together into kind of this one, I don't know if package is the right word, but just maybe overall perspective on how we can really start to live differently. And that's really what it's about, right? It's not a matter of we learn these different things and we practice these things for a while and we see this shift and then all of a sudden life is good and we carry on from there, right? It's so much more than that. It's about making a complete lifestyle change, and it's about really discovering who you are, understanding what it is you desire, what brings purpose and meaning to your life, what brings happiness and joy to your life, and how to really be in control of your own life and your own happiness and your own experiences, because really you are the only one in control. I think the problem that we run into a lot is we give that power away, right? So the 7 spiritual laws, if we really embrace that and start to live that daily, it's much easier to be in control and maintain that control. And as we move through life, we're still going to be tested and we're going to be challenged because things are going to happen, and that's just life. That's the way it is. But at least if we have this knowledge and these tools and this awareness, we can recognize when maybe we've given our control away, or when we've been kind of pulled into that place of fear, so that we can take back our power and control our own self, control our situations, control our experiences, to live the best life that we can and to have each experience in the best way possible. And that's not saying that every experience is going to be good as long as you're doing all of this. There are still going to be experiences that are not going to feel very good. But you can choose pain or you can choose suffering, right? And we can go through it in a way that is really horrible and traumatic, or we can make different choices that make it a little bit more comfortable. Not easy, not joyful, but maybe more manageable, or that we can have some hope and see and know and have faith that as we get through this, there is something better on the other side, right? Sometimes when we're in that dark place where it's challenging and we feel like we've just lost and we have no control and we can't make any change, it's very tough to think that, okay, there is something else when I get past this. But when we can put ourselves into that perspective and bring ourselves to the self, to surrender, to accept, and to allow ourselves to continue to flow with life, it does take us to a better place eventually with much more comfort and ease. So much to think about and know, but the more we do these things and the more we pay attention to them, the easier it is to notice when we are kind of falling out of alignment, or it's easier, or we can more quickly bring ourselves back into that alignment, into that space, and be in control. Well, I hope that makes sense. I'm going to include another Sadhguru video in the email today that just, it was the very first video of his that I ever saw, and it made so much sense to me, and it was just this huge aha moment. And it's nothing new. It's stuff that we already know. All this stuff we've just forgotten, or we've gotten so distracted out there that we've forgotten. But as you watch his video, I think you will appreciate what he has to say, and I hope it does make sense. But his biggest message is really that everything, absolutely everything, happens inside of us. And so nothing really happens outside of us unless we give that power away. And so that's really, I think, the key thing to remember to live the best life possible and to have the best experiences experiences possible is to always keep that in mind, that everything happens within here. And if everything happens within here, I am in full and total control, right? I have power of choice. I can choose how I want to have each and every experience. I have that choice. Nobody else has to make that choice unless I give that to them. But again, that's, I think, something that we tend to do. We rely on other people. We become attached in relationships, or attached to objects or experiences that, hoping and wishing and expecting for those attachments to bring us what we're looking for. But it's all in here, and it's all in how we choose to have it. So do go back to the email and watch his video, because it is just so profound. I think you'll enjoy it. I'll include a few other things in there as well. And I just want to say, keep doing the work, keep working on the 7 spiritual laws. I don't think I'm going to give too much homework for today, just to kind of keep doing what you're doing. And then we'll just add a few more bits and pieces on to wrap up on our last couple of days. And please, if you have any questions about anything that was said in the videos, or any of the homework or the suggestions, or if there's something we haven't talked about that you really want to hear more about, please email me, give me some topics, throw me some questions, some suggestions, so that I can include those in our last few days. Otherwise, I will put together some good stuff to finish off, and we'll have our wrap-up party on the 1st, and I know a lot of you are unable to make it, and that's okay. I know it's so hard, and I didn't realize until you guys started replying that so many of you are so far away, down in the States and Saskatchewan and BC and Quebec and all over the place. So I think that's so super cool, so thank you for that. And I'll just include whatever else I can over the next few days. And again, thank you so much for continuing to follow along. I know this is a huge commitment. It's been so good for me too, to be able to shift. And I hope you're all feeling a little bit of healing in some way or another. And that's something that I'm actually going to talk about tomorrow, about how the body actually responds to shifting and growth and that sort of thing. And as you can tell, I have a bit of a cold, and some things are kind of releasing. So again, it's all part of this healing process and the body detoxifying. So we'll talk a bit about that tomorrow. So maybe you've noticed even some of your own shifts physically by just, with the emotional changes and that sort of thing. It's all normal. So just take it as a good sign that there's some good things happening. Have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow, and we will wrap up this week with lots of love and joy and shifting and healing and gratitude and connection to all of you. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.